All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the week for another brand new episode of Beyond Expedition podcast with one of your favorite co-hosts. As you can see, I'm alone on this one. Brett was more than generous to let me stay at one of his many penthouse suites. As you can tell, I'm in downtown Seattle, downtown Seattle. So he was generous enough to let me borrow the spot to do a little solo episode for all you lowly folks today. He is actually busy taking care of some business. And I just said, you know what? I'll take steer of the ship. Don't worry. I'll handle it. And here we are. And the saga shall continue, and we must deliver awesome content for all our lovely listeners and viewers, of course. And just before we embark on this solo tip episode, I definitely want to remind everybody that if you come across our podcast some way, somehow, definitely do us a solid. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe to our YouTube page. But to make it easy, go to Instagram. You have Instagram. I'll also plug up the QR code on this video down below. It'll be easy as taking your phone out, scanning that picture, taking a picture of it. It'll direct you straight to our Instagram page, which will provide also a link in our bio. So it'll take you where we're at on all mixed streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and from radio, all that jazz. So it'll be easy for you to find all our content. And also, just want to say thank you for taking the time of the day to listen to our podcast in general, and also watching any of our videos that we have on our YouTube page. And just yeah, just come along for the ride, and let's see where we go with this. But of course, nonetheless, let's definitely jump into it. Today, like I mentioned before, I'm by myself. My boy's not going to be with me on this one, but it's all good. He will be on the next one as well. So today on the agenda, we have a few topics on deck. We have three, and let's see where we go, how far we can get with this, because depending on how obviously this conversation by myself goes, we'll see where we end up. All right. So the very first one, I mentioned to all you lovely folks that I fear the ocean a lot. I am one of those. I mean, you can call me whatever, but the ocean is it's a very vast area where we haven't really explored. I feel like even I would say 10 or 15%. I think that sounds correct, but it's an area where we don't know what's down there and how deep this thing. I mean, they say that it goes X amount of feet down below, right? And I've seen these video comparisons of how like different parts of the ocean go, this tall compared to buildings, all this and that. But nonetheless, it freaks me out. And just not knowing what's down there, what could be lurking down there, it just, yeah, I can definitely just creep myself out when I think about like the most randomest things. The ocean is one of those things. But of course, I came across this pretty interesting article that talks about the Antarctic Sea, to be specific, and what they discovered down there. So this is exactly going in line with what I'm talking about. So, okay, let's dig into this one. Large creature with 20 arms found lurking in Antarctic Sea. It's a new species. Oh man, this is crazy. So, scientists aboard a research vessel near Antarctica pulled their nets out of the chilly ocean water. Among their catch, they found a 20-armed creature with a distinctive body shape. It's a new species. Now, okay, let's pause. Let's pause for a minute. I remember once upon a time, I think I brought this up in a past previous episode as well with Brett, when I saw this video of this. It was it was probably, they said it was one of the most biggest octopuses that they've caught, or squid, one of the two, right? But it was one of the most big ones they've ever caught on video. This thing was a size of a bus or a bus and a half. And just to think, if that's one of the things down there, what else could be just lurking down beneath the depths of the ocean in the dark? And that itself, and then adding this, that they found a brand new species, according to them, a 20-armed creature, just to be specific. Mind blown, mind blown. This is very interesting stuff. So let's proceed before I freak myself out. Researchers trawled a southern ocean on several research expeditions between 2008 and 2017. According to a study published in July 14th in a journal, Invertebrate Systematics, they were searching for a group of cryptic sea animals known as Promacronius and Antarctic feather stars. Antarctic feather stars are large animals that live anywhere from about 65 feet to about 6,500 feet underwater, and have an otherworldly appearance when swimming, researchers said. Although both are invertebrate ocean animals, feather stars are distinct, far more well known sea stars. During their surveys, researchers collected 8 feather stars with a distinctive body shape and discovered a new species Promacronius fragrius, and in the Antarctic strawberry feather star. The Antarctic strawberry feather star has 20 arms branching off its central strawberry like body. The study said it could range in color from purplish to dark reddish. Researchers did not provide measurements of the animal's overall size. Photos show the new species has 2 types of appendages. Its lower, shorter arm appear almost stripped and bumpy, while its upper, longer arms appear almost feathered and soft. I'm not gonna lie. If you folks are familiar with the movie Alien, before it actually takes its final form of the actual alien, right, with the long head and the little head inside of its mouth. Now, think of the face hugger. This is the pre-evolution state of those aliens where they literally attach themselves like to someone's face and they stick that little pipe down someone's throat and lay the eggs inside of that human stomach. That's what this looks like. And I'll plug this up in the video as well so people can see it and you'll be like, yeah, Eduardo, it does look, it can actually resemble the face hugger. It's pretty crazy. As I'm looking at here now on my screen, I'll definitely pop it up in the video as well. I've never seen anything like it. For the first time I'm actually seeing this. I've read the title. I didn't want to go too much into it before I started this solo episode. So I'm just, my initial reaction to this is raw, as people can say, right? Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So let's continue. A close-up photo shows the Antarctic strawberry feather star's lower body. It has a roughly triangular shape, wider at the top and tapering toward a round bottom tip. The texture appears bumpy with circle-like indents likely left from broken off arms. Researchers named this new species after a Latin word, strawberry, because of the resemblance of the body shape to a strawberry. I don't know. See, okay, so I'm looking at it. Okay, now okay. So there's a very close-up image of that part. They're talking about how it resembles a strawberry, I guess. But and honestly, now that little area, what they're talking about, looks like a strawberry. It almost looks like the predator, the long dreads that it has, like the long, on its head. Now it looks like that with the dreads or whatever you want to call them, or the long hair like features that it has with a small head, like a small predator head. And again, I'll try to plug. I'll try to remember to plug this up in the video, but I'll definitely plug up some links in the description. Anybody wants to read this article and just look at these pictures and be amazed as much as I am. So yeah, the Antarctic strawberry feather star was found throughout the Southern Ocean from depths ranging from about 215 feet to about 3,840 feet, researchers said. The new species was identified based on its body shape and DNA analysis, the study said. The research team included Emily McLaughlin, Nerita Wilson, and Greg Rouse. Researchers also documented several other species of Antarctic feather star, including 3 more new species. 3 more. Say, screw it. We're going to add 1 for sure, but let's just add 3 there onto it. I mean, so with this it's more like this, right? There was actually a crazy theory that I actually that I was listening to in this discussion about, the whole UAP thing that's going on right now. It's currently like the hot topic that's just come about with the government being involved and them knowing about all that stuff. But anyways, I remember this gentleman was saying that what if the aliens are these brand new species that we're actually discovering? What if there's something much more down there that's like probably intellectually super smart in comparison to like dolphins or whales? Like if we've yet to even discover all the fishes or creatures, whatever is living down in the ocean, if this is one of those things, imagine the endless possibilities of what else is down there. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't take away from us to know, like, and maybe in my lifetime or anybody else's lifetime, that they discover something completely mind-blowing, you know what I'm saying? And supposedly, all these UAPs and UFOs we've seen in the ocean, they go down below and they see them come up from down below and up into the sky. I don't know. So that's within itself a different subject, but I mean, all this could be tied in some way, somehow together, right? So I'm just trying to piece these pieces together and, put this puzzle together, as much as anybody else is trying to do as well. So yeah, that little article, moral of the story, 20 armed a large creature lurking in the Antarctic Sea. So if you're ever there, you feel 20 arms wrapping around your leg while you're swimming down there, I'd swim fast, my friend. I'd swim very fast. So all right, let's proceed. Let's proceed and give you what you need. More topics, more just interesting content, more interesting, just something that will be beyond your expectation, right? So this one is crazy. Now, this came about on my radar earlier this week. So I'm recording this on a Saturday. So I would say I remember this came up on my radar around like Wednesday or Tuesday of this week, and it was making headways within. I'm not even going to call it Twitter anymore. Within the X app, and I always have to take all this stuff with a grain of salt when this comes out because I have to do my due diligence to at least read into it and really, take a grasp if I think if it's just baloney or if it's there's something really that could be happening with this specific event that I'm gonna dive into right here. So this has to do with, I guess, what they say here in this article: predator style aliens. Now, when we hear that, obviously predator, 6'5", 6'9" monster, that's the top of the food chain that hunts its prey. So it would show that it's the dominant, species. All right, like the movie, like the one that Arnold Schwarzenegger fought in the movie, right? But this is crazy. Okay, so this within itself is pretty. It's a pretty wild story. And when I was watching some snippets of just like the news covering this in Peru, I don't know what I didn't know what to think of it. Right, I'm going to read this article and actually get as much detail as I can from it, and probably learn something new as I'm reading this because this is an article that I haven't really touched base on. So again, initial raw reaction, like you would as you're listening to this podcast. So here we go. Peruvian villagers claim they were attacked by predator-style aliens. Quote: Peruvian villagers claim to have been attacked by predator-style aliens, the U.S. Sun reports. Members of the Iktu indigenous people in rural Alto Nanay claim to have seen the beast after it attacked a 15-year-old girl. The native people allege the mysterious creature slashed her across the neck, which required heavy medical attention. Hunters from the tribe claim to have fired at the armored beings. However, they soon discovered that the creatures are, quote, immune to human weapons. The native people reportedly saw one of the 7-foot beasts disappear and reemerge on the spot. The Iktu people have detailed that they may be aliens from another planet, while other citizens believe the creatures to be folklore monsters. The outlet reports that the predators could be drones covered with cloth and masks to scare locals by illegal miners in a Scooby-Doo style theme. Jairo, one of the community leaders, spoke about the strange occurrence and described them akin to Spider-Man's nemesis, the Green Goblin. RPP Noticias reports. These gentlemen are aliens. They seemed armored like the Green Goblin from Spider-Man. I have shot him twice and he does not fall but rises and disappears. We are frightened by what is happening in the community, said the community leader. Their color is silver, their shoes are round in shape, and with that, they rise up. They float 1 meter high and have a red light on the heel. Their heads are long and their eyes are yellowish. With that, they see you well and they leave. They are experts at escaping. Another witness to the action detailed that the beasts conceal their identities and can fly. They don't let their faces be seen and their body is floating. They use their arms as balance when flying, but they walk normally. Every time we arrive, they fly with an activation of something on the soles of their feet. They have wheels with lights, he told the troops. Peru's law enforcement and Navy faction announced they would look into the matter. So I guess we can say that it's taken some serious looking into if they got the Navy into it. So with that last sentence, what the last sentence being said. So right off bat, I mean, so there's a video that I saw on this, and again, I'll have to plug up the links to this so you can just give your own opinion on what you think of this. Is it baloney? Is it bogus? Could there's really be something that we don't know what it could possibly be? I don't know, but there is a video out there that here it's on X that somebody was recording, and it seems to show like a spotlight shining on this tree. And I can hear him kind of vaguely say, "There's something there. There's something there. Look, look, look." But again, like with these videos, they're super like I want to say like super ultra grainy, but to me, I couldn't really see anything. Maybe there's somebody that's really an expert in video and probably maybe raising the high definition on this to see if there's really something. I mean, if anybody comes across this video, they can forward us a more clear video of this. I'll be down to send it to us via Instagram, or we have our email and Instagram page. Send it to us. I would want to see it. I'm curious more myself to find out if there really something of the unknown within these trees. But yeah, this video shows that they're shining the spotlight at this tree, and there's something moving around within the trees, the tree brushes, and all that. And everybody's saying, "Look, look, look! There it is." So again, I don't know, but let's continue. Let me scroll down. Actually, I think that's it. That's the end of the article. Actually, my apologies, but yeah. So Peruvian villagers, they claim that they've been attacked by this predator-style alien. Could it be real? Could it be something of their imagination? Could it be something else? We don't know, but definitely that's why we're bringing it to the table. That's why we want to discuss it amongst everybody else. This is one of the many crazy things that's happening all over the world right now, especially in Peru. And Peru is also known as a hotspot. Actually, all the countries over there, like for Brazil, Peru, Mexico, it seems to be a hotspot of them seeing these unidentified phenomenal like anomalies just being spotted in the sky. And the craziest one, like I've seen, like I've mentioned before, I think my boy Brett sent me this a while back. There was these people on this, I believe, on a cruise ship or something, or on this ship, and all of a sudden they look out into the ocean and they see like these 8 different just unknown flying things flying out in formation, and they're just flying together, and everybody's trying to figure out like what the hell are they? They weren't like ships, they weren't planes or anything like that. It was just crazy, man, and it's happening all over the world, right? I mean, well, more to say, I've seen a graph on where are the hotspots that these things are seen flying mostly. Um, I guess that are more common to be seen, I guess, or where the hotspots are in general, and it shows that the United States is the hotspot for these things to be flying around in or around this area. I mean, so coincidence? I don't know. I'm still sticking to my guns that it's definitely something of a something high tech that we have in our possession that we've been working on for X amount of years. But there's always that question. I mean, with that technology, they must have started it from something, unless somebody really definitely built that thing from the ground up. Kudos to you, super smart person or individuals. But there's always that theory. This technology came from somewhere. Where did it come from? How did we reverse engineer it? What is this technology in specifics? Is it something that Bob Lazar was when he was involved in reverse engineering that gravitational proportion system? I don't know. There's so many questions that I have. I mean, I kind of want to know more about this just to really get to the bottom and just figure out the truth. Really, that's all it really is. I mean, a lot of the side from UFOs and all little green men, all that stuff. It's interesting, right? It's interesting, and it does draw me to the topic of of that in general more. But I don't know. I'm still kind of in the middle of it, right? I'm willing to have an open ear and listen to both sides of the spectrum in regards to, it's a completely just BS, or is there something really to it? But for now, it's a nice form of entertainment, right? And it also just it kind of keeps you just thinking like the bigger picture, right? Are we truly alone? Are we really the only living things in the whole galaxy, in the whole solar system? Are we truly alone? Like, you got to look at the bigger picture, and that's just how I think about it, right? And I remember this interview. This gentleman said, if we're truly the only living things in this entire galaxy, solar system, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, it must be really lonely out there. And that's crazy to really think about, right? So maybe we are meant to explore space, and maybe Elon Musk him trying to go to Mars and all that. We're meant to venture off and and explore all these different areas. Maybe as years and years and years and years progress with technology and all that, maybe we're meant to do that, right? So we'll see. We'll see where this goes. So yes, more of the story. Could Predator be real? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. All right. So the last topic in the agenda, I know I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm trying to move along and not really, it's doing these solo episodes to be real with everybody. It's like I enjoy doing them, but it's also kind of difficult, right? Just to find that nice, uh, momentum to keep going, and then finding all these key points to talk about, make it entertaining. Again, first and foremost, definitely, because I definitely want to keep all you lovely folks entertained. But I do my best. Okay, I do my best. But with this one, I'm gonna have a heyday with this one. All right, this one, I'll say this. When I read the title of this piece here, it reminded me of a meme. Meme, of course, memes bring people together, man. I swear. The way I communicate with some of my buddies, I do it through memes. I'm a guy that likes to find a humor in everything, because I enjoy a good laugh just like anybody else, right? And I remember a meme that goes perfect with this, but I'll talk about it at the very end, when I'm done reading this article. So here we go. Spider shuts down supermarket in Australia. Known entire incident. So here we go. If you hate spiders, fast forward on this one. It's about spiders, all right? A spider is a small insect, but it can cause hours long erection in human beings, and it can also cause a supermarket to be shuttered down. The store manager in Penny Market in Krems on der Danube in Australia found a spider sitting prettily in a banana box and called the fire department officials. Initially, the spider was thought to be a banana spider, but early the spiders found in a banana box from Brazil were considered a Brazilian wandering spider. This kind of spider is considered the most dangerous one. Their bites can cause hypothermia, convulsion, and blurred vision. So the supermarket was closed for 2 days. The question, can Spider-Man treat erectile dysfunction? That's the big question here, right? Quote unquote. More interestingly, their bites can cause an hours long erection, according to NY breaking scientists who have used spider venom to treat erectile dysfunction. The Rue Retail Group owns the supermarket. Its spokesperson said that the superstore was cleaned and disinfected after the spider was found in a banana box. All the food were removed and replaced with fresh food items. It took 2 days to complete the operation, and the store was kept closed. The spokesperson also claimed that no spider was found anywhere during the entire process, and it can be said that the store is fully safe. So this is funny, right? Because a while ago, I would say this was like a couple months ago. I was gonna say a couple years. No, this was a couple months ago. Someone legit, it looked like it was a made up meme, but someone legit said that they found this spider that can cause massive erections for long periods of time, or like hours, for many hours, long periods of time in general. And someone under that comment said, yo, we really need to save the rainforest, yo. It's like, dude, this dude spoke into fruition. This spider exists. Idea right off rip. And I'm gonna talk to my boy Brett about this off air, straight up. We're gonna go into the spider, what do we call it? The spider erectile dysfunction market. You know how they have there's that one, I don't want to give free promo, but there's actually a little pill. It's the last what's it called? I can't even think of the name, but there's a pill that's pretty popular amongst that market as well, that a lot of podcasters they get promoted from and they shout it out. But man, wouldn't it be dope if someone made one that say, man, this came from an actual spider from Brazil that just is maybe even better. It's all organic. It's the organic wave, and maybe with somebody can, maybe yours truly or the dynamic duo can make their own erectile dysfunction medicine from actual Brazilian spiders. Hey, we're gonna take that idea. We're gonna run with it. All right. I gotta talk to my boy Brad, and I'm sure he'd be down, man. I'm sure he'd be the one. I can just hear him in my head right now saying, man, I definitely want to try that for sure. Let me get bit by that spider real quick, But we'll see. I'm just being a goofball. I'm just playing though. But it's it makes you wonder though, right? The first thing that kind of comes to mind is also like, what other how I would say this, excuse me, what other plants, insects, spiders, snakes, I mean, what other possibilities could they have in regards to it being used in some type of medicinal way? You know what I'm saying? We always talk about how the rainforest is just being burned down and just all these trees being cut down, which is just horrific, man, because it just kills off a lot of animals' homes that they actually use all the trees and all that stuff, all the brush, all just the rainforest in general. It contains so much life that what if I'm just going to say it out. I'm just going to say an example, right? What if it had the cure for cancer? What if it had the cure for AIDS? What if it had the cure for dementia, whatever the cure? I mean, for all these things, right? And we're getting rid of the rainforest at a massive scale that all those possibilities could just be wiped away. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is just an example. I mean, erectile dysfunction. I'm sure from a guy's perspective in his late 60s, 70s, 80s, up in that age, you kind of start losing that blood flow down there. You know what I'm saying? So this could be the healing factor for that. And, with the rainforest being burned out and all that, bye-bye erections. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, man. This is nuts. But also the question I have for this, like, how much of that venom would you need to have before it's like either too deadly or just not enough? You know what I'm saying? Like, finding that sweet spot. We definitely need to have somebody that's expertise in this type of stuff, so we can ask these type of questions. Because I'm just curious, at this point, I'm just really curious to really talk to awesome individuals that are in those fields to kind of school us up on that. That's just very interesting, right? And also, especially because it made its way all the way to Australia, right, in a banana box, and there they are. Somebody could have snagged that spider up and use its venom for a little bit of a pick me up. Boom, but obviously, they probably didn't know. They probably got freaked out that it's a spider there. Yeah, I would have freaked out. I definitely low key. I probably would have, panicked, just smushed it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just my reaction. Spiders catch me off guard like that, I get a little spooked. So yeah, I mean, spider that causes long hours of erection for what to say here can cause hours long in erections in human beings. There you have it. Something you now, if you didn't know, now you know. I know that's short and sweet, people. I know I kept it very short on this one. I definitely I was actually debating if I actually wanted to come on here and do this because it's never fun doing it by myself. I mean, I can definitely, try to make it work, of course, as I am, but I enjoy doing this with my boy Brad because we always kind of build a conversation off of it, and his perspectives and just his responses is kind of what builds up a good conversation. And it's just always fun doing this with somebody that actually has that, that itch to do it as well. And we both enjoy doing it, when we come together in the virtual studio. But with that being said, I'm going to wrap this one up. Again, it's short and sweet. We'll be back at it, both of us, on the next one, the next following week. Definitely, like, we try to release a new episode every Friday. For all those people that are brand new listeners to the podcast, we try to bang an episode out every week so we can give all you lovely folks something to listen to and enjoy and watch wherever you're at with whatever you're doing in your day. We just try to bring entertainment. That's what we do. That's what we signed up for. That's what we do it for, because we also enjoy doing it as well. We always have a good time. And also, just to put it out there, just as a heads up, we are actually in the midst of working on a very, I would say a very, I'm going to say it's going to be a pretty big episode. And the reason why I say that, it's because the way things came about for this to fall in place and having the opportunity, right? Like, always taking risks and taking an opportunity, or if something comes up and you're kind of, debating, should I do it or should I not? Should I go for it? Kind of second guessing yourself, and you take kind of like that risk or just that leap of faith. This is one of those moments. I wouldn't say it's too much of a risk, but it was definitely one of those moments where an action got me to a certain position to get in contact with a certain individual, and we're gonna come together and collaborate on an episode, an actual live, not live, but an actual in-person episode. We're just trying to lock in a day. I don't really want to speak on it too much. All I'm going to say that when this story drops, I feel like it is going to shake up this certain side of business in a certain field, and that's all I'm going to say. Just because with the story that this individual has, it just, for me, I kind of felt myself as somebody like in the audience, or like in the, as a person on the other end, wanting to listen to the story, like if I were listening to the podcast myself, right? So we're gonna make it happen. We just need to lock in a date. Definitely be expecting this maybe in October, November. I just want to definitely kind of hype it up a little bit because it's exciting, but it's also good. It's just, it's going to be an interesting episode, and that's all I'm going to say on that. But definitely stay tuned. And the only way you can stay tuned, really, to stay up to date with what we're doing, of course, is the best way to do that. If you haven't followed us on Instagram, definitely follow us on there, Beyond Expedition Podcast. And again, QR code is going to be down below. Scan it; it'll take you directly there. And also, do us a favor, subscribe to our YouTube page. Like I mentioned before, it'll help us out. It'll definitely help us putting our videos and our shorts and all that into the algorithm to where we can gain more viewership for anybody that wants to just check out our podcast, really, and enjoy what we do, definitely, and this is kind of our little thing that we do on the side in regards to just our daily thing, me and my boy. And we enjoy doing it. We enjoy just discussing random topics and just bringing it to the masses so they can listen to it and laugh to it, contribute to it some way, somehow. Say, oh, Ed, you're wrong, you suck, or Brett, you suck. Nah, I'm just joking, but hopefully not. But of course, to agree or disagree, right? It is what it is. It's all good. But of course, we're going to catch you in the next one, or I'm going to catch you in the next one with my boy. He'll be here on the next episode. Take care. Have a fantastic Friday when this releases. But most importantly, have an awesome weekend. But till then, catch you next one. All right. Take care. Peace.